What's cracklin', everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list. Each episode, take cereal, put it on the tier list so you know how good it is. I'm your host Tucker. In this episode, we're doing Honey Bunches of Oats Apple Caramel Crunch. Kind of a fun one. So last episode we did the Honey Bunches of Oats Pecan and Maple Brown Sugar HBO because that'd be way too much to write all at once. And it got a D. If you have it dry, probably C. It was actually pretty good taste. It just dissipated very quickly once the milk was in there. So I'm curious to see if this is going to do the exact same thing. There's only one way to find out. So we're just going to get in. Oof. Not a great break. Okay. Kind of giving me that like cinnamon apple taste. That's kind of what I'm getting right now. There's cinnamon. Okay. Yeah. Cinnamon apple scent, not taste. Much darker chunks. Oh. There's an apple piece. I feel like we didn't get much apple in there, so I'm gonna toss in a couple more. Fairly pleasant scent. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Or not the same thing, but what I did later. Grab a couple pieces. Okay, definitely pick up the cinnamon. See if that's the right amount of milk for Honey Bunches of Oats. Give me a piece of apple in there. Okay. The apple's very apparent, obviously, because it's just a piece of dried apple. There is a sweet taste. Not sure. Caramel is the right word for it? I don't know. Right off the bat, I don't think the overall package of this is as good as the pecan and maple one we did. But it's definitely interesting. I definitely think I'm picking up cinnamon more than I'm picking up any sort of caramel taste. And it is crunchy, but when you got those bunches of oats, pretty easy to keep it crunchy. These pieces are also, like the last batch, sagifying pretty quick. And you can see the flecks of, I'm assuming the cinnamon, floating around, but the taste isn't retaining a ton on the pieces. Now let's try some of this milk. Sort of cinnamony, not really. An interesting cereal, to be sure. It's like the last Honey Bunches. These solidified fairly quickly as well. However, a lot of the taste in this one wasn't coming from the pieces. It was coming from the bunches and the dried apple pieces. So it didn't affect the taste quite as much, but it still was noticeably less at the end once things had solidified. It's similar to the last one where it's like the taste I don't think is as good, but it retains it better. Since a lot of it's those other pieces, like I said, but still not great. So I think I'm going to give Honey Bunches of Oats Caramel Apple Crunch, Apple Caramel Crunch, a D. Because, hey, first off, that caramel didn't really happen. there was apple and crunch, so got that part. But it also, I don't know, it was a cool idea to have the apple pieces in there, and it tasted fine. It just wasn't super standout, and it ran into that same solidification problem, and yeah, it's fine. Not as good. They're in the same category, but I do think if you do less milk, the pecan and maple brown sugar is much better. Just, it really loses it. So it's in the same category. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. In the comments below, post your general thoughts. Tell me if you've tried the apple caramel crunch and if you could somehow find the caramel taste in there. I didn't really taste it, so I'm curious to see if anyone else can find it. And I don't know why they didn't mention cinnamon. When you think dried apple is cinnamon, just automatically tastes it's going to be there. Explain that to me, why that was not advertised. Because I don't know. But until next time, stay delicious.